So welcome everyone to our presentation. Thank
Hey
you very
everybody.
much for making the time and for coming out. We have folks from Newfoundland, from PEI, from Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. And we're really glad you were able to make it tonight for a presentation, how to start a food business on Sankara. So my name is Lily. I'm one of the co-founders of Sankara, and with me we have Kyle Tomagan. He is our marketing coordinator. He's located in Moncton, and I'm located in St. John in New Brunswick. So tonight we're going to take you through how to start a food business with Sankara, and also have a question period to be able to answer your questions. But if you ever have any questions through the presentation, just put them in the chat. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll be taking over for this slide here. So welcome again, everyone. I'm pretty sure that all of you are curious about what Sankara is actually. So to put it in the most simplest term possible, Sankara is an online multicultural marketplace that enables each of your local communities to experience the world through the food and crafts of our partner vendors, which include both the partner chefs and artisans on the platform. And mostly it's used by immigrants who want to provide an international experience in the community. So what clients get to do from using Sankara is to buy from local vendors, again, the cultural chefs and artisans. And in the 3 years that we've been operating, there's already been thousands of meals sold. And our four main services as of the moment are catering, meal boxes, which is the actual main service we have right now, grocery and crafts. And yeah, a quick little tidbit for you guys as well. We have catered for every level of government. So really speaks to the kind of the boom that Sankara has experienced since opening 3 years ago. And we're currently serving St. John, Fredericton, Moncton, and Halifax, and currently expanding. So shout out to everybody from PEI and Newfoundland who's here with us today. Hopefully some of you do decide to sign up. And we've represented over 16 countries with 25 plus chefs and 6 artisans over the course of the 3 years that we've been operating. So we're really on the path of continuous expansion. And yeah, we're pretty optimistic about the future. And then, we'd like to show you how our marketplace works. So if we could go there really quickly. Yeah, so here's our website. It's sankaracuisine.com. Pretty straightforward in search. And then when you get to the website, you'll see this list of cities. So let's just say I'm from Moncton. So I'm going to click on Moncton. And say I'm hungry for a meal box. So I'm going to go for the meal boxes right there. Just click that. And then, it shows you how it works on the header area here. So basically you get to place, as a client, we get to place our orders Monday through Saturday. And and that's anytime, by the way, from Monday to Saturday. Deadline is around afternoon and Saturday. And then, we get the vendors get to prepare your orders once they receive it throughout the week. And then delivery is, delivered non-contact to your home. To the client's home on Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. So pretty straightforward ordering process for the clients. And then as we scroll down, we get to see all of the menus there. So we see a holiday catering appetizers for samosas, and then the Filipino holiday meal box by Chef Irene. But say I'm hungry for an Indian meal box, and look at that. We've got an Indian holiday meal box right there. And you get to see a collage of like the food, the menu items within the meal box. And then also, if you just scroll further, you'll see the just the list of all of the menu items that you'll be receiving. And then also, if you can see it right there, right beside Sankara's logo is the logo of the partner vendor, which is Sai Krishna Food Services. So it really speaks to our transparency as well, in that we don't take credit at all for, we don't take credit as the chef. We only represent the chef and their menu items on the platform. So all of the recognition, all of the credit for making the food goes to Sai Krishna, and that also ties into like the right here on the lower left hand side. You see that there's a vendor, and then there's a clickable hyperlink there for Sai Krishna Food Services. That opens up a small profile for Sai Krishna. And as you can see, they're pretty expensive so far. There's been 31 different meal boxes throughout their time here. And they've only been here since June 2020. And they've already sold 121 items. So that also speaks to how lucrative the partnership can be with Sankara, because uh, Sai Krishna's meal boxes, and then their menus in general, are priced anywhere between $50 to $100. So let's say an average of $60 is like we're lowballing it, so to speak. 121 times 60 is already $7,500. So within those 6 months that they've been with us, they've already made $7,500. So yeah, it really speaks to the kind of success that you could potentially have with us.
And that's only on Sundays, isn't that right, Kyle?
Yeah, that's only on Sundays as well. So yeah, it's a really yeah, again, like I said, really lucrative. And then yeah, we do hope that you decide to partner with us to take advantage of that, basically. So yeah, let's say that I'm satisfied with what I see on the menus. I'm gonna hit order, and then yeah, a small basket there. You're gonna click that as well, and then we'll see the checkout form right there. Clicking on that will pull up this pop-up here. So this is just yeah, basic delivery info, the customer information. I'll put my first, last name there, phone number and email, and then delivery, where the food will be delivered to, my city, my region, and then a special request, maybe leave it in the back door. Yep. And then yeah, on the order summary, you'll see what the item is, the quantity, the cost, and then a note to the chef, maybe thank you, or if there's like any allergies you might have, you can also put that there, or on the instructions. And then yeah, finally, there's a coupon code area there where you can enter any active coupon codes with Sankara, like Sankara Gift 10. Just hit redeem code, and then you'll see the deductions. And then yeah, finally, just hit that small box there. I have read and agreed to the terms and conditions, and yeah, we proceed to payment as the client. And then once that's done, the client just gets to another pop-up where we'll input our card information or PayPal information for the payment. And then once that's done, we receive a receipt. And then you, as the chef, the partner vendor, will also receive a receipt. And then that kind of just like goes through the important information about the order.
Yeah, so thanks, Kyle, for showing us the website
Yeah.
from the client perspective, but also the great feature being having your own website profile, like what we saw with Sai Krishna, and how many orders they have and how many meal boxes they have. So our online multicultural marketplace, i.e. our website, our e-commerce service, enables cultural exchange and experiences. As you can see in the Moncton profile alone, we have appetizers, snacks, meal boxes for vegetarians, vegans, from Filipino chefs, from Egyptian, from Indian chefs, for example. So it enables an exchange from the clients, who are primarily local Canadians, and the vendors, who are folks like yourselves, folks from different backgrounds who have chosen to come to Canada, or have come to Canada through other means, to create a business and to create an opportunity for your family. So building cross-cultural empathy is our main mission with Sankara. The more people can be familiar with one another, the less discrimination and hesitancy we'll have towards one another. So Sankara's marketplace enables this exchange, but it also contributes substantially to the economic sustainability of vendors. As you can see with Sai Krishna, as Kyle said, they have been able to generate within 6 months that they've been with Sankara since June, a substantial amount of revenue through a very inactive and passive means by putting their menus on our website. They've been able to generate around $7,500 only cooking on Sundays. And so that's really great. The other thing with our online multicultural marketplace is that we don't charge any of the vendors for participating at all. So all the profit that you see for Sai Krishna is all their own profit. We don't take a dime from any of them. Our main mission, along with building cross-cultural empathy, is obviously celebrating cultural foods and normalizing them in the everyday for local Canadians to consider as a go-to option. And they can do that through hassle-free ordering, as Kyle showed you on the marketplace. It's easy to just place your order, choose what you want, which can sometimes be hard because there are a lot of options, and paying online and just waiting for the delivery driver to bring your order. So that's how Sankara is utilizing our e-commerce marketplace to expand to other cities and impact so many more lives of partner vendors like yourselves. So Sankara's marketplace is not only a spot where you can buy cool foods and really tasty dishes. It's also a space where artisans post their crafts, and people can teach their craft as well. So here on this slide, you can see in the top left corner, this is bibimbap dish from Korea. It's really popular. That was one of our stars for catering when we used to do that quite a lot. But these days we're mostly operating Mealbox because people are not gathering in groups. So Mealbox allows the clients to receive 5 different meals in a box on their doorstep on Sunday. So it gives them something to look forward to for the week. Sankara is primarily a space where we celebrate vendors. So we wouldn't exist as a platform without the vendors that we are so fortunate to work with. So we celebrate their culture, we celebrate the identities that come with the culture, and we enable an exchange between them and locals. So here in this slide, you can see one of our partner vendors, Jenny, at a pop-up restaurant, serving her clients, meeting them face-to-face, and also subsequently teaching them how to create dumplings from scratch. So this experience allows them an intimate view into Jenny's South Korean heritage and her pride. So Jenny's gone full circle, and she actually operates her own restaurant now. So we're really proud of the work that she's been able to do.
Yeah.
So our story overall, we did incorporate in 2017. Our business model is a for-profit social enterprise. So we focus on social impact, being the amount of people that we can create transformative change within. So all of our partner vendors, as you can see down here, we work with youth servers from different backgrounds when we have events. So we focus both on social impact, the amount of people that we can positively impact, and we also focus on profit. Profit for you as the vendors, and profit for us as a social enterprise, as an e-commerce marketplace. So the way we create profit is we charge a small commission fee directly to clients for utilizing our marketplace, but we are not charging anything to vendors for participating in the marketplace. So in this way, we're really collaborative, working with so many different partner vendors, chefs and artisans, versus being competitive and viewing everyone out there in the business world as someone who's trying to take a slice of the pie. We work together and create this multicultural atmosphere in order to generate unity. We are also an immigrant, Black, Indigenous, and female-owned company. So we intimately know what it's like to be operating a business from those perspectives. So here's some of our team, internal team, co-founders and web developers and marketing and business development individuals that work on our team. So we're a young team, we're focused, we're driven, and from time to time. As you can see in the lower photo here, you can see this is actually Kyle here, and this is myself, and this is Chef Irene. So from time to time, when we have an opportunity to, we go and visit the chefs and step in and see how their business is operating and make sure that the business is going very well, and have an opportunity to meet them and try their food.
Yeah.
So Sankara is not a really common word. We often get a question, what does it mean? So the business name represents dignity and unity, self-determination and empowerment. Essentially all of the qualities that are required to take ownership of your future, and produce hard work. We're named after a powerful and visionary leader called Thomas Sankara. He was the president of Burkina Faso in West Africa. He created a lot of transformative change. And our logo is also pretty powerful. As you can see, it's like two rams that are fighting and butting heads. And this logo symbolizes strength and humility, which are both qualities that you need to make it. So just some of our accomplishments briefly as a company. In 2017, our co-founder was named one of the top 25 immigrants of the Maritimes, and attended Halifax to go to an award ceremony for that. We were also named on some Chamber of Commerce Outstanding Business lists and RBC Canadian Entrepreneur of the Year nominee in 2018 and 19. And then we've won some multicultural diversity awards as well.
Okay, so I'll be taken over again from here. So yeah, now that we're basically familiar with the history, the background of the company, what do you need to get started as a chef on Sankara? So first and foremost is proficiency in English, just so that you'll be able to understand and basically read through order notifications, and then just general communication, emails and calls. And then number two is a food safety certification, which might be the most important part, and also your only upfront cost with partnering with us. Because if we haven't mentioned it yet, it's free to use. Sankara is free to use as a platform. So basically, your only upfront cost is getting the food safety certification and the course for that. And number three, obviously, we need you to sign up as a vendor, and so that's actually a pretty straightforward process on the website. You just when you get on our homepage, there's gonna be a small, and let's show that as well. Yep, you see that small icon there that says sell. All we need to do is click on that, and then there's going to be just a few boxes there that you need to fill out. So your brand name first, and we'll get to that in just a bit to explain what that is. And then first name, last name, phone number, email, the password you wish to use, your country of origin. So let's just say you're from Algeria, and and then base delivery pickup location address is the address of the licensed kitchen that you'll be partnering with. So whatever the address is for that, you can input that there. And then let's say you're operating out of Fredericton. So that's done. And then food safety certification, there's two options. I have and I don't have. So if you do choose I have, that should be like the most straightforward process ever. Once the account is made and you do have a food safety certification, you're good to go and start selling. The other thing is, if you do choose the second option, I don't have a food safety certification, that's fine. The only thing is you won't be able to sell immediately. Your account will be put on hold until we review it again when you get your food safety certification. So that's the only downside to choosing that option. And then after that, you just have to click on I have read and agreed with the terms and conditions, and get to join us. Okay, so that's how straightforward joining as a partner vendor is on Sankara. And then again, partnership with a licensed kitchen. So the The average rate basically is $20 to $25 per hour, depending on the licensed kitchen you're gonna work from. So that should be no problem as well. There should be like no hiccups or any major problems with partnering of local licensed kitchen in your area, because we do have contacts with them, and we can help you find one if need be. And then, yeah, finally, the last thing you'll need to join as a chef is two menus. Our two menus of 4 to 5 different dishes, one non-veg and one vegetarian, typically priced at around $50 to $65. Okay, and then, yep, this slide here just basically shows the importance of having a proficiency in English, basically. So you can see this is a receipt that the vendor receives. So there's like the just the details of the order there, the menu, the quantity, unit price, subtotal, and then the vendor as well, and then the customer specific notes. So yeah, just to have a good proficiency in English to understand all of the pertinent information on the receipts, and then in communication and emails, it's important. And food safety certification, you can see there, like the card image there. That's basically what a food safety certification looks like, and it lets you operate in licensed kitchens and sell your food. And that's going to be important in just a bit. We'll get to that. So there are several FSC courses as well, but for some reason, some aren't recognized by the Department of Health. But don't worry about that. We do have a list of the recognized courses by the FSC. We'll be sending that link over in the email that'll be sent post meeting, post event. I mean, yeah. And then, yeah, so pertaining to what we said earlier, cooking in a licensed kitchen just basically pushes your food business to the next level. And cooking in a licensed sanitized kitchen facility increases the credibility and care for your customers, especially in this time of COVID-19, where everyone is so particular about sanitation. So when clients know that food is coming out of a licensed sanitary kitchen, that speaks to your credibility as a chef and Sankara's credibility as a platform. And yep, again, it's against public health code to sell food cooked at home. So that's why the food safety certification, that's where the food safety certification comes into play. Any kitchen in a private family home cannot be licensed. So yeah, that's just the problem with not cooking out of a licensed kitchen. And again, don't worry, we can connect you with a licensed kitchen in your city if you need help contacting them or just setting up a partnership in general. Yeah, and then that's just the vendor dashboard right there on our back end. So pretty straightforward. It's where we upload your menus, the images, and then the collage that's used on the menu for the meal boxes and then caterings. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys that really quickly. And then, yep, vendor names 101. So your vendor name should actually reflect the type of cultural cuisine you cook. So we've got two examples right there, and should feel personal and unique as well. So Deli Delight, the pun's pretty in your face there. So Indian inspired deli sandwiches. So Deli Delight. So it's a good play on words. Plus it's pretty unique, and it also shows you what kind of it shows the client what kind of cuisine you're offering, as opposed to Sandy Sandwiches, where it's just the name of the business owner, and then sandwiches doesn't say what kind of sandwiches she offers. So really not the best example, Sandy Sandwiches. And then your vendor name should identify something about you as well. So yeah, a good example there is Prisha's Curry Kitchen. So you get the idea that Prisha is an Indian who cooks curry. And then as opposed to authentic Indian dishes, all you get there is the fact that it's Indian dishes. Doesn't really relate anything personal to the client. So in this example, Prisha's Curry Kitchen says a lot more than authentic Indian dishes does. Okay, I'm gonna pass on the floor to Lily for this one.
Thank you. So you might be wondering, so how does Sankara achieve all of this? How are the orders achieved? How do vendors actually gain value from partnering with Sankara? Through signing up with Sankara, which again is free, you gain access to our website, which we've created from scratch, which is an online multicultural marketplace, and that will enable you to access more clients. We also have a good social media following. You can find us on IG and Instagram at Sankara Market, and we are very active in the community through social media. We're active in the community physically and through partnerships as well. We do a lot of events. We have partnerships with local immigration settlement organizations, multicultural organizations, and certainly with companies and government. We also run our own events as well. So one of the things that we do love to do, as you saw earlier in our example with Chef Jenny making her dumplings, we do like to, as much as possible, showcase and bring recognition to the powerful vendors that are behind Sankara. So that's something we do. We also have a pretty great reputation, which has allowed us to get some of those awards that we talked about earlier through the impact that we make and through the relationships that we have. So relationships with influencers, with local community leaders, and government as well. And we also market you through news articles, podcast sessions, and radio. So from time to time, we will have radio segments on CBC and bring on one of the partner vendors, and they can speak about their menu, and we will really hype you up basically.
Yeah.
And the other thing we do is we share the stories about our partner vendors, because as a platform, we would not exist without partner vendors, people such as yourselves. So we have worked with folks from 16 different countries, and we're active in the maritime provinces of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia right now. And we are expanding to Charlottetown, PEI, and also in St. John's, Newfoundland. So the vendors that we will gain relationships with in those different places, we will certainly share your stories. So I wanted to share some right now. So as we met earlier, Chef Jenny is a vendor on Sankara, and she used to do some pop-up restaurants. This is pre-COVID, so that's why there are no masks and no social distancing. But Chef Jenny, as you can see, is speaking directly to her audience. She's meeting her clients for the first time, and she had been a vendor for quite a long time. So we built trust with her. She showed that she can be reliable and accountable, and we developed these pop-up restaurants. And I'm happy to say today that Chef Jenny actually owns her own restaurant. So we were part of that evolution through her journey as well. Chef Irene, who we saw earlier in a slide as well, we were able to go and meet her and see how her business is going in the Moncton area. She cooks delicious Filipino food, and recently in October and November 2020, the Philippines were hit with a series of really high impact storms and typhoons. So Irene was able to use the Sankara platform also as a way to fundraise, to give back to her community. So she's utilizing Sankara to run something called Meal Box for a Cause, Filipino Food for Good. So we're donating 10% of all of the profits from the Filipino meal boxes back to an initiative that's assisting with relief efforts in the Philippines. This is when we got to meet Chef Irene for the first time. It was a great experience, and we also took the opportunity to pick up our own meal box in person. So that was a great opportunity. So meal box is a literal box, you guys, and this box contains 5 very delicious Filipino dishes expertly cooked by Chef Irene. And obviously, as you can see here as well, it does have a label, and inside the box is a biography about the chef. And that biography is tailor-made to Irene. It's an interview style biography, and it has Irene's photo on it as well. So as much as possible, we represent you, the businesses, both on the website and in the physical box. Here we have Chef Tutu. She was a vendor and she also participated in some cooking classes. So you can see, not sure where the men were this day, but it's all these ladies that were really eager to learn Ethiopian food. And actually you can see some of them from the previous pop-up restaurant with Jenny that have come out to learn yet another cuisine type. So that's pretty interesting. We also run events in the community, free events in order to bring people together around international themes like travel, storytelling, which you can see here. This lady at the front here is an influencer in the New Brunswick region, and she was able to come and do a presentation about all of her trips that she's taken around the world, and she's called La Petite Watson. So here you can see Chef Haya. She's a vendor from Syria. So she's developed a cafe called Middle East Cafe, and she was running that, but it was more a grab and go lunch kind of spot. It's actually located inside the YMCA in St. John, New Brunswick. So Haya wanted to do some more catering and some more engagement with her community. So she utilized Sankara to be able to do that. Here we have artisan Kezia, who, like Tutu, is also from East Africa. Tutu is from Ethiopia and Kezia is from Kenya. And you can see all these beautiful and colorful wares that she sells, and we create opportunities, partnerships for vendors to also go out in the community, and we let them know when events are happening. So that's how Kezia is able to attend. Sometimes she attends multiple markets on the same day, but she's also on Sankara's marketplace 24/7. So it allows her to create that passive channel for meeting her clients wherever they are. Here is Chef Basha. He's a Syrian chef with a highly trained background from cooking in huge kitchens in Syria and in Egypt. So you can see here, he's whipping his buddy into shape, instructing him on how to plate the dishes for their customers at the pop-up restaurant. This is Chef Ning. He's a Chinese chef, authentic Chinese chef. And I make that distinction because Sankara is not about to sell inauthentic food. The food that we sell on Sankara is always the very most traditional dishes, some fusion dishes, but we do our best to sell the cultural cuisine as it would be enjoyed in that country or in that region. So Chef Ning has a beautiful open air kitchen, as you can see here. And he's a vendor on Sankara, and he runs a beautiful restaurant called Me Me Me. Chef Abdul is a vendor in the St. John area, and he has some of the best falafel, I would argue. Chef Murad, they're a Palestinian mother-daughter duo. This is something I really like about how Sankara is used by our vendors to laterally, as a family, come together and two generations, combine their knowledge and their love of their cultural cuisine to spend time together and cook in a licensed kitchen and bring their food to the community. Here is Chef Tutu at a pop-up restaurant as well. She is wearing her traditional Ethiopian dress, which they're beautiful white dresses, but she has such a mastery of handling her food that she didn't even worry about dropping anything on herself, and she looked absolutely beautiful that night. Here's Chef Kim and also his son Andy. They're a vendor on Sankara. They're actually South Korean, but their restaurant is, as you can see down here, it's called Asia's Best Cuisine. They do a lot of Korean food through Sankara, but a lot of the food that they do in their restaurant is Chinese food. So they wanted to utilize Sankara to express their authentic South Korean food. Here is Artisan Amr. He's a vendor on Sankara. He makes these beautiful mosaic boxes. They're very intricate. They take a long time to prepare, and he's putting one together, as you can see in this photo. So he utilizes Sankara. Even though he attends public markets, he also utilizes Sankara to sell his stuff online. Here is the Chef Abdul Jr. So he's really well known for desserts. So you can see here he has a delicious Syrian like date cake that he's preparing for a pop-up restaurant. We have Chef Reza, who was initially a vendor in New Brunswick. He served quite a large area of New Brunswick, but he's Persian, and he's since moved to Toronto to be closer to a larger Persian population. But we were really grateful to work with him while we did. And the minute that we expand to Ontario, we'll definitely be connecting with Reza. I believe he has a bakery there now. So yeah. Here again is Chef Tutu at a market. There's plenty of opportunities for markets and events. And here's Chef Aman. He's a Saudi Arabian chef, and he makes some of the best samosas that you'll ever have. Another lady that I wanted to focus on again before I pass the mic to Kyle is Chef Hong. So she is a Vietnamese partner vendor on Sankara, and she also owns her own restaurant, but her restaurant is not a Vietnamese restaurant. It's actually a Chinese restaurant that she bought upon arriving in her community in New Brunswick. And she does a great job serving her community with Chinese food. And yeah, as you know, Canadians do really love Chinese food, the Canadianized version of it. But Chef Hong really wanted to showcase her Vietnamese traditional food and traditional heritage. So when she met us in a presentation similar to this, she decided that she would take that leap and start selling Vietnamese food through Sankara. So she utilized our platform, and we catered corporate offices and insurance firms and law firms, and they love Chef Hong's Vietnamese food. It's really delicate, you know, sweet, sweet and sour, and really delicious. So she was able to utilize Sankara to express her authentic Vietnamese heritage.
All right. So, yeah, I'll be taking over for a couple of slides here as well. So, yep, we'd like to discuss a couple of case studies regarding some of our partner vendors so far. So, as you can see here, we have Chef Ehab. He operates Taste of Egypt, which is actually a pretty well-known restaurant in the St. John area. And then, if we can look actually at uh, the uh, the info pertaining to the case study here, the Taste of Egypt joined site Sankara as a partner vendor in September of 2019, and they've already been running for the restaurant for 9 years around that point. And then, yep, they're actually active caterers. So, and just as a quick note as well, that means they're kind of more day to day compared to the solo chefs who, yeah, just prepare the food on Sundays. And then, the great thing that we were able to help Taste of Egypt out with is that they were able to cater 40 people at the city of St. John just a week ago, over 5 days, with a daily average of $540. So that's around $2,500 or $2,600 at the end of the week. So part of the reason why they were able to pull this off is due to the marketing and then the exposure they received on the Sankara platform. So it really speaks to how well we put the partner vendors out there to make sure that everyone gets to see what they offer, and then also get the interest going into what they offer. So that speaks a lot about our marketing as well. And then, yep, we also have Chef Raman here, who operates Sai Krishna Food Services, a huge Indian kitchen in Moncton. And then there's actually a pretty cool story with Chef Raman. In the next slide, you're gonna see that, there's on the left side here, we've got biryani boxes from Sai Krishna, and then Fredericton Indian meal boxes on the side there from Saffron Indian Kitchen. What's cool about Sai Krishna was, and we can see that in the next slide as well, they were actually referred by saffron Indian foods. So that speaks to the collaborative and then the community aspect that is very, very prominent in Sankara. So they joined as a partner, as earlier mentioned, just in June of this year. And they're wholesalers with a large industrial kitchen. And yep, serving the Moncton area. And again, they've sold around 121 meal boxes so far, $7,500 within the short time that they've been here. And the fact that they only do the Sunday meal boxes speaks a lot again about the potential income and the profits that you'll make out of the partnership with Sankara. And then, their clientele are locals and Indians and immigrants. So, a lot of captive audiences as well to take advantage of there.
Mm-hmm. And I'll just make another distinction here as well. Thank you, Kyle. I think
Yeah.
they had heard from their friends who were also Indian vendors in Fredericton about, as you can see on the right side here, just how many meal box orders that their friends were doing out of a licensed kitchen in Fredericton. And they wanted to do the same thing. So that's how they were referred by the Indian meal box vendor. And then they also started making their own meal boxes, which, as you can see, like, it went pretty well.
Yeah.
It's still going very well today. So we're really grateful to work with them, and they're a great partner for sure.
Definitely, yeah.
So I wanted to take us through the value points, as you can see from our previous slides, of different vendors we've worked with, both chefs and artisans. Sankara allows them to access local clients. I mean, we're not all endowed with like a great network to begin with when you start a business, but Sankara has a good network, has a good reputation, and vendors are able to benefit from that mutually beneficial partnership, and having Sankara as a platform to sell their cuisine. It's also a very streamlined operation that we're able to provide. There are no overhead costs. There's no difficulties with getting started as compared to other businesses. And obviously it's all on our website. So we offer all these vendors an opportunity for self-employment through building their own business, through our platform. And it's also an extra channel for exposure at the same time. Even if they are running a restaurant, even if they are in a market, they can still utilize Sankara as a drop your menu and then just forget about it until you receive orders. So the other thing that it's done is allowed vendors to validate the certain products that they have in mind to sell to the market. So in this image here, you can actually see Chef Stacy at the top here. So she's a vendor who has origins from Ghana. So she had an idea to sell Ghanaian food, soups and stews and rice, for example. And while we did bring those into the market for Chef Stacy, the most profitable and the most desirable of all of her menus were something called meat pies. So Stacy created these very fluffy pastries containing beef with some spices, and her Canadian audience absolutely loved it. So she was able to see that something that was taking her more time, like creating peanut stew with rice, and that cost more overall because of the ingredients, wasn't as worthwhile as pursuing her meat pie business. And so Stacy did pursue the meat pie business and was able to get some accounts and also sell at larger volumes for catering for a product that costs less money and that was more palatable to the Canadian audience. So as we said before, there's no overhead costs for utilizing Sankara. Every single expense that you have, such as renting a licensed kitchen or your initial food safety certification startup cost, which the food safety course is around $60 to $100. That's a one-time cost that you have. All of that can be built into your menu over time, so you can make sure that you meet all your expenses and add your profit on as well. So yeah, Sankara is an opportunity to join a like-minded collective of people who are like you, and network with them and see if there's any channels you can work together, or just benefit from being on the same platform with names like Taste of Egypt and Sai Krishna and the other independent vendors like yourselves. Yeah, pass it over to Kyle again.
Okay, so what is the value of Sankara for clients? So, our clients are primarily Canadian born, and what they get out of using Sankara is experiencing the world from home. So, a lot of our clients as well, and we can actually see that being very prominent on our social media platforms is that they have a strong sense of wanderlust, and a lot of them are world travelers as well. So especially now in this COVID pandemic, it's been Sankara has been a useful platform for experiencing the world from inside of your home bubble. So due to the fact that we do offer authentic and expertly made cultural food from partner vendors who come from their respective cultures, it really does like hone in on the authenticity that we offer. So it is a true cultural experience, a tailored cultural experience, and not just like cheap imitation of one. And then there's the fact that it's very convenient as well. Order and pay online for delivery, so it's a very streamlined process. Everything is done online, and then any communication that needs to be done afterwards, if there's any like miscellaneous information, that's also done online through the notes that clients can leave for the chef and the instructions for the delivery driver. And it's a unique market for authentic multicultural food. Uh, I'd like to believe that there are very few online marketplaces that do the same thing that we do, because while Sankara is an online marketplace, just like so many others, like Etsy or Amazon, they don't have the multicultural aspect that we double down on. So that's what really differentiates Sankara from the rest of the pack, basically. And then something that we like to touch on as well is the fact that our meal boxes are pretty much healthier alternatives compared to what the traditional Canadian palate or diet is. So that also kind of makes us different from Skip the Dishes and DoorDash, where many of their partners often tend to be Western style cuisine restaurants with high fat content and all of the bad nutritional facts information. With us, everything is authentically made and also done in a way that it ensures that basically the cultural food in a sense is much more healthier because it comes with all of the macronutrients you need. A lot of our meal boxes come with rice, so that you get the starch, you get your proteins, you get your greens as well with our vegetarian meal boxes. So yeah, definitely a healthier alternative. And then finally, there's uniting over differences builds cultural awareness. So that applies to both the clients and then the vendors. And on the vendor side, you get the collaboration and the community aspect that we touched on earlier with Saffron Indian Kitchen and Sai Krishna. And then also when it comes to our clients, it builds cross-cultural empathy as well, so that our local clients, again, primarily Canadian born, get to learn more about the culture, a culture outside of their culture, and to be able to just use the cuisine that our partner chefs and potentially you will be offering provides them a gateway into a new culture, basically. So yeah, that's the basically in a nutshell the value that clients get out of using Sankara. And then due to that, clients actually love the partner vendors a lot, actually. So if we actually had enough time to put no, actually, if we had more of our testimonials here, it's gonna take up a lot of time. So we just kind of handpicked this one from from Chef Jenny. So as you can see there, a lot of people do appreciate and love the food that our partner vendors offer for them. And then as you can see, there's even a handmade letter there. So yep, it's not just a strong sense of appreciation, but also very personal. So you get not only to grow your business on Sankara, but also build rapport and possibly a long-standing relationship with clients there. So finally, we've got also the future plans for Sankara here. So to sum it all up, we eventually wish to represent all ways that culture can be experienced, and how we do that is by diversifying our product offerings. So moving beyond just catering, meal boxes, groceries, and arts and crafts, and then that includes expanding to new cities and provinces. So again, we're operating primarily within the Maritimes and looking to expand to PEI and then Newfoundland as well. And then, yeah, hopefully down the line we can expand nationally. And then there's also plans for satellite Sankara, for Sankara satellites across the world. But yeah, that's still very much in our down the line in our pipeline, but we'll get to that very soon as well. And then there's also optimizing our marketplace. So uh, we're gonna address something that's obvious. So if you do look on our website, it does look like it came straight out of the 2005s. So we do recognize that the website needs some work. So yeah, we definitely do have plans done in our pipeline, in our immediate pipeline, to change all of that. And for clients and vendors, you're all going to see the changes very soon. So there should be no problem on that end. And then building our distribution channels, more partnerships with local immigration partnerships in the different cities as well. And then yeah, diversifying product offerings by offering workshops and classes for like dance classes and then instrumental classes, just anything, all any kind of activities from different cultures that can be experienced by our clients as well. And yeah, impact more vendors in a sense as well. And yeah, with all of that discussed, um, I'd like to just share this small little anecdote from John, one of our advisors. So he likes to tell people that Sankara is like Amazon for cultural food and craft vendors. So yeah, he does make a good point there because again, as mentioned, Etsy and Amazon pretty well, like Etsy, more grassroots level marketplace, and then Amazon is more like the huge corporate one. So we kind of like hit that same how should I say it, same wavelength, so to speak, in the marketplace, and where we offer basically an online platform for vendors to use, but it's multicultural, and that's what makes us different from the rest. So yeah, that
Yeah.
basically yeah wraps up our presentation today. And then any questions so far?
Thank you for attending this evening. Um, and we hope that if you're interested as a partner vendor, you connect with us. We'll send you an email containing
Yeah.
this presentation, and we'll be able to let you know about any information that you need. If you ask us questions, we'll be really happy to help you out there. So thank you for your time. We know that some of you did apply or register for this event as the cook ticket option, and then others were the I'm curious option. So no matter which stream you fall under, we would definitely be able to help you out, whether you know someone that is a great cook and you want to encourage them, or you're a cook yourself. We'll send you the information on the food safety certifications. We'll send you this presentation PDF and also presentation recorded, so you'll be able to review it, send it to anyone that you want. We really appreciate the multicultural and immigration settlement organizations for distributing the news about this presentation. So we'll be very happy to offer it again as well if anyone ever wants that. But did want to say thank you so much for attending. PEI, Newfoundland, New Brunswick, and Nova Scotia. We're happy to work with any vendors from there.
Okay, yeah.
Have a good night.
All right. So, yep, again, thanks everyone for attending the presentation tonight. And yeah, we do appreciate you taking time out of your busy days to attend this meeting. So, yep, we'll be sending you this recording. And yeah, have a great rest of your week and happy holidays. Bye.
Happy holidays. Stay safe, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.